In 2015, which is the most recent year that Trump's administration analyzed, it was that 33,000 Americans died of drug overdoses involving opioids, which is a huge amount.
I've been clean a long time, over 14 years, but I spent 15 years chasing drugs and alcohol. And yeah, I ended up in a homeless shelter towards the end, but I remember way back when it all began. And you guys that think it's okay that you can vape a little bit and smoke a little pot and drink a little bit, I'm telling you, man, it's starting down that road. You don't want to take that chance, man, because once you get down that road, it's hard to get back. And that's where it all began for me and many others. I got released from prison in 04, day after Thanksgiving. I'm standing in line late at night, and all these guys smell like piss and booze and homelessness, and they're coming out from under the bridge. There I was. That's where life had taken me. Scared to death, man, sitting in that line. Every bit of my bone wanted to run. I wanted to run. I wanted to hide my feelings. I wanted to go get drunk. I wanted to go get loaded. I didn't want to feel that feeling that I was feeling, that hopelessness, that hopelessness. But I stood in that line, guys. I stood in that line. And I got in on that gym floor. And I stayed on that gym floor for like 40 days. And that was a turning point for me. I recognized that my life was a disaster. I'd lost my family. I'd separated from I abandoned my kids. Man, I robbed my kids of time. The drugs became such a priority. 15 years before that, I didn't know it had a bigger plan. I didn't know it was taking me down that road. I didn't know it was going to take everything I owned. You don't get to rewind your life. You don't get to rewind back to this moment right here, right now. This is your moment. What you accomplish right now in college, you're not going to be able to come back and do it again. You don't get to do it again, man. If I could come back and do this one more time, every decision I made off the mat, every decision I made on the weekend, everything I did with my diet, my sleep, the people I hung out with, the focus, everything would be surrounded around being a national champion. You don't get to go back and get that title, man. This 4-year window, 5-year window, man, this is your moment to get your title. Get your accomplishment, whatever it is you're trying to do. Everybody in this room's goal should be to be a national champion. That should be it. That should be your goal, and you should know that. You should know when. When is that going to be? You should know when. I want to be a national champion, because you need a timeline. Because with a timeline, I can gauge my progress along the way. If you don't have a timeline, you don't have a goal, you don't have a purpose. And you need a purpose to be in this room. You need a purpose to be in that wrestling room each and every day. Because later on in life, you don't want to be that guy I was telling you about, looking back and going, man, if I could have just did it again, if I'd stayed a little more focused, if I'd stayed a little more disciplined. And this is your moment. And I was fortunate. You're going to take some losses in life. You're going to take some hits at some point in your life. You're going to take some hits, man. But how you handle those hits, how you handle that adversity, how you overcome those losses, that's going to determine who you are. That's going to determine your character. I had to learn that on because I had destroyed everything around me, man. I had a lot of guilt and shame I carried around as a father, as a man. But once I realized that I was going to make a turn for the better, and I was going to change my life, and I wasn't just going to go out and change my life, I was going to chase a national title at 37 years old, then I knew that wrestling would be the linchpin to helping me find success. There's going to be a point where you're up against the wall, man. You're having a hard time making the right decision, and you're going to be struggling in life. But you're going to reach into something you learned in the wrestling room, something you learned from your coaches, something you learned from a tournament, a dual meet, just plain pushing through the pain. It's going to help get you through life in certain times of need. The win is going to be much bigger than what happens on the mat. There will be a time in your life you're going to tap into this moment. The things that you guys put into this. It's preparing you for life, man.